Okay, and here we are coming into Good Beans.
But that's the best I could
Hello. This is a beautiful bar. Didn't this come out of the theater downtown?
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out of the Capitol building. Okay, cool. There's Brian again, if you remember him from Cranberries. And Ken always has art on the wall, different artists.
Oh, shit! Oh, well. Yeah, this is an identified birthday. But that doesn't matter, I don't care. Yeah, that doesn't matter.
There's the collab painting from last month. Always hanging up between the bathrooms. And the action's going to take place here in the ante room. There's a variety of things going on in here all the time.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
And here's the painting we're going to start out with before anybody's painted on it. And here's Ken. Hi, Ken.
Creative Alliance. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Third year.
Third year. Great,
So,
great.
Wonderful. Very glad to have you here.
Did you want to say a few things to the people out there? Like, how long have you owned this now?
In March we begin our 12th year of business right here.
Oh,
So,
right on
yeah.
Grand Traverse in Flint by Carriagetown, or in Carriagetown.
We are just north of the river, on the corner of Grand Traverse and First Avenue, because there is First Street in this city. So yeah.
And you have all kinds of stuff going on here besides Collab Nights every third Wednesday, don't you?
Oh, we do, yeah. We have, of course, traditional espresso-based beverages like mochas and cappuccinos and lattes and freshly made lemonade and smoothies and things like that. But we also embrace the artist community. We have artists hang their wares, if it's two-dimensional, in our building all over the place, and it's hung up for about 2 months. We have some three-dimensional stuff, some stained glass, and some other things like that going on here, which is always a fun thing to have going on. Let's see, we do embrace the Creative Alliance crowd that comes in every third Wednesday here for Creative Collab Night. We do poetry readings in the Santa Room. There are plays that happen with Flint City Theater. We always love having them do things here. We show movies sometimes. We'll drop a screen and show a movie. So yeah, good times.
Do you have a Facebook site or someplace where we can see what currently is going on?
We do have a Facebook. We don't maintain it probably as often as we should, but we also have a website, www.thegoodbeanscafe.com. So there's an up-to-date calendar on that tells the events going on in the coffee house as well as the events going on in the anteroom. So check those out for sure, and like us on Facebook if you'd like. If you can find us, we're kind of hard to find, but it's Bob Stevens is the name I think you'll look up. But or the Good Beans Cafe, the 2.0 for version 2.0.
Yes, I found that one before. I've used that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
So, thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Jenny. And CA.
Yeah.
We're right here.
One more time, please. Okay,
Welcome to the Creative Alliance presents the Collab Night every third Wednesday at Good Beans Cafe right here. Okay, next month, announcement time. Next month, we're going to be at a different location. We don't know where yet. But there's going to be a tech rehearsal that they accidentally scheduled that's a little impossible to work around. So we're going to make do. We might have it at Churchill's or maybe the lunch studio, something like that. I think regardless, even if you forget, we'll leave a little note here. So if you come here, just be a quick drive over to where it really will be. Once again, my name's Al. Sign-up sheets right here. We pride ourselves in being a collective group that's cool with anything. So if you get the urge to do anything, sing a song, dance, poetry, tell a story. We've even had people come in here and do Hamlet. It's a beautiful thing. Anything's accepted. So in that sort of nature, I'm gonna start it off, and then we're gonna bring some people on here. If you have any questions, my name's Al. This is the Creative Alliance Collab Night. Thanks for being here. All right. this next song is sort of in the spirit of Valentine's Day. I hope everyone enjoyed it. If not, whatever. It's kind of a made-up holiday anyways. White Castle was actually taking reservations for candlelit dinners. That's I heard on the radio, so thought about going there and just ordering like 40 sliders. Okay. If any fans of ABBA are out there, here's an ABBA song, okay? What happened to those days? They seem so hard to find. I tried to reach for you, but you closed your mind. What happened to our love? I wish I understood. It used to be so nice, used to be so good. When you hear me, darling, I can hear you SOS. The love you gave me, nothing can confess me SOS. When you're gone, how can I try to carry on? When you're gone, though I've tried, I can't carry on. You seem so far away, though you're standing near. You make me feel alive, but something died, I fear. I tried to make it out. Oh, I wish I understood. What happened to our love? We used to be so good. When you're near me, baby, can you hear me SOS? The love you gave me, nothing can last me SOS. When you're gone, how can I try to carry on? Since you're gone, though I tried, I can't carry on. So when you're near me, darling, can you hear me SOS? The love you gave me, nothing can save me SOS. When you're gone, how can I try to carry on? When you're gone, though I try, I can't carry on. Thank you.
Be your man. I'll understand. Do my best to take good care of you. You'll be my queen. I'll be your king. and I'll be your lover too. Dairy down green, color all my dreams. A dream each day coming true. And when you look at me, with eyes that see, I'm melting to each other's arms. Let me tell you, you look at me, boy, with eyes that see, and melting to each other's arms. I'll be your king, you will be my queen, and I will be your lover too. All right. Actually, this isn't a Roger McGuinn song. So there you were, beautiful, the promise of love written on your face. You led me on with untrue kisses, or you held me captive in your false embrace. Smokey Robinson. Quicker than I could bat an eye, seems you were telling me goodbye. Just a minute ago your love was near, all of a sudden seemed to disappear. Sweetness was only heartache's camouflage. The love I saw in you was just a mirage. We used to meet in romantic places, or you gave the illusion that your love was real. All that's left, lipstick traces of those kisses you only pretended to feel. Now those meetings you avoid, so our love you have destroyed. Just a minute ago your love was near, all of a sudden seemed to disappear. You lured me into something I should have dodged. The love I saw in you was just a mirage. You only filled me with despair by showing love that wasn't there. just like the desert shows a thirsty man. Green oasis where there's only sand. You lured me into something I should have dodged. The love I saw in you was just a mirage. I've got to use my imagination to think of good reasons to keep on keeping on. I've got to make the best of a bad situation. Ever since that day I found out you were gone. Darkness all around me, blocking out the sun. My friends, they try and call me, don't feel like speaking to anyone. Emptiness has found me, and it just won't let me go. I go on living, but why I don't know. Staring down the calendar won't do me any good, 'cause people where I'm standing, it's clearly understood. Such a sad, sad season, when a good love up and dies. Not a day goes by I don't realize. That's why I've got to use my imagination to think of good reason. Keep on keeping on. I've got to make the best of a bad situation. Ever since that day I found out you were gone. Everyone, you know I've got to use my imagination to think of good reason. Keep on keeping on. I've got to make the best of a bad situation. Ever since that day I found out you were gone. Thank you.
All right, give it up for our boy Brian. We're going to turn the tables a little bit. We're going to bring up Gary. He's going to have some information for us about himself, about Flint, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, give it up for Gary.
Before I do the pieces, just a little update. First, I bought Remembering Flint, Michigan, available at the bookstores and gift shops that sell a book all over town, also online to the usual sources. And I've been working on my taxes, and I think it was yesterday when I finally figured out how much I made last year for my book. Of course, being a local interest book, I don't expect big bucks, but still, I think I made about $930 last year on this book.
Yeah.
Of course, the cover price is $19.99. It's also available in my car, in case you're interested.
Yeah. Mobile bookstore.
Now, as for my writing developments, The next issue of Broadside, which should be coming out either late next month or early April, will be about this very coat I'm wearing. So that should be fun. In fact, a couple of weekends ago, I took this coat along with Ivan on a homecoming trip of sorts to Sarnia. And you won't believe the number of people who very much like this coat and know about the coat's history, since it's an iconic part of Canadian history. And speaking of history, which is obviously what I like to write about, got a new project going, which Jenny is spearheading, the New Voices, which is being worked on right now, and I'm taking part in it. What I did was I adapted a piece which will appear in an upcoming issue of Broadside, coincidentally when, hopefully, when Voices does come out. And Jenny provided an illustration. I'll first point it at the camera. The left-hand image is Franklin Thompson, and actually is an alias. The right-hand image is who Franklin Thompson was, Sarah Edmonds. So, I'll put this on the easel for everyone to see while I read the two pieces. There's a sheet of paper, so hopefully it'll stand up. Oh, we got to increase a little bit. Oh, you got tape, Jenny?
I don't think so, but I'm looking anyway. Oh, I do have tape. That's a Girl Scout.
Thanks, Jenny.
Yeah.
First, I'll read the short poem which will appear in the next issue of Voices. And they're both called Flint's Cross-Dressing Civil War Soldier. Now, here's the short poem. In 1856, a teenage girl ran away from a Canadian home. She disguised herself as a man, and west she roamed. Settling in Flint, she, that is he, sold books. The Civil War broke out. He joined the army, by hook or by crook. Sarah Edmonds was Franklin Thompson, well-dressed. Had a muscular build and a flat chest. Served as a male nurse, then a spy. As a spy, she/he was the master of disguise. After the war, she wrote a book of her adventures. Took several years to convince the army to get her a pension, but got recognition over 20 years after the war, became the only woman member of the GAR, a true hero who knew the score.
Yeah.
Now for the full piece I wrote. On the grounds of the Genesee County Courthouse, you will see a Michigan historical marker paying tribute to Flint resident Sarah Edmonds, who fought in the Civil War, disguised as a man named Franklin Thompson. Edmonds was born in Mankadukovic, New Brunswick, Canada in 1841, and lived a hard life on a farm suffering from an abusive father. She ran away from home at 15 to avoid an arranged marriage and escaped a life in enslavement. Inspired by a book she read titled Fanny Campbell, the Female Pirate Captain, A Tale of the Revolution, she disguised herself as a man named Franklin Thompson in order to have an easier life working as a book salesman. Fearing that her true identity would be revealed, she moved west and settled in Flint, where she continued to live as a male book salesman. When the Civil War broke out in 1861, Franklin Thompson signed up and joined the 2nd Michigan Infantry and was assigned to be a male nurse who saw action in the First Battle of Bull Run. As a part of the Army of the Potomac, she/he also saw action at the Second Battle of Bull Run, as well as the Battle of Fredericksburg. She/he also served as a mail carrier and other duties of a soldier. When an opening came up for a Union spy, the adventurous Edmonds, as Thompson, charmed Union generals who gave the new assignment to her/him. Edmonds was able to successfully pass for a man because of the muscular build she developed from farm life, and she was flat-chested. As a spy, Thompson was a master of disguise. The first disguise was as a black plantation worker named Ned Cuff. Working as a slave as part of a work gang behind enemy lines behind Yorktown, Virginia, she/he worked on the Confederate fortifications, was able to determine the town's defenses, and make a map of the artillery placements which she/he hid in the sole of his shoe. She/he almost blew his or her cover when the makeup began to wear off. A crude mixed-race joke and extra makeup allowed her/him to keep her or his cover, and she/he sneaked away to deliver the map to Union General George McClellan, who was thrilled. By successfully passing off as a man, Edmonds was able to live as a woman again by becoming an Irish peddler named Betty O'Shea. She returned behind enemy lines, selling pies and cakes to unsuspecting Confederate officers who unknowingly passed along sensitive information. In another assignment, she passed the rebel lines of Virginia and disguised herself as a female slave cook who, with other slaves, provided rations to rebel troops and was able to overhear and document battle plans. In total, Thompson engaged in 11 successful spy missions for the Union generals. But in 1863, as Vicksburg was about to be captured, Edmonds contracted malaria. Denied a furlough and concerned that her true identity would be revealed in an army hospital, Thompson deserted and Edmonds checked into a private hospital in Cairo, Illinois for treatment. After discovering wanted posters of Franklin Thompson for being a deserter who would be shot if caught, Edmonds spent the rest of the war as an ordinary female nurse using her real name in a Washington, D.C. hospital treating wounded soldiers. She wrote a best-selling book telling her Civil War adventures titled Nurse and Spy in the Union Army, published in 1865. After the Civil War ended, Edmonds returned to Canada in 1867, where she married an old friend, Linus Steele, and raised 3 of their own children who never reached adulthood, and adopted 2 others. The Seeleys left Canada and moved first to Fort Scott, Kansas, then to La Porte, Texas. But the effects of the malaria she contracted took its toll with the resulting poor health. 2 decades later, she returned to Flint and made contact with her former comrades who had helped Seeley in her appeal for back pay, bounty, and a pension, as well as removing the stigma of being a deserter. She began corresponding in March 1882 to convince the powers that be that Sarah Edmonds and Franklin Thompson were one and the same. It took a few years and several letters from her comrades in arms, and her commanders. First, for her service as an army nurse, a bill was signed on July 7, 1884 by President Chester A. Arthur, giving her a pension of $12 a month, but she still had the stigma of being a deserter. Also in 1884, she attended a reunion with about 90 former members of the 2nd Michigan in Flint, and her fellow soldiers found out that Private Thompson, whom they knew as an affable soldier, was actually Sarah Edmonds in disguise, which made news headlines around the country. She did not identify her regiment in her book, which explained why it took her fellow soldiers 20 years to discover her true identity. It took 2 more years, but finally on July 7, 1886, a bill was signed by President Grover Cleveland, giving her an honorable discharge from the Union Army, removed the charge of desertion from the record, and settled down of back pay, bounty, and allowances. In 1897, she became the only woman member of the Civil War Union Soldiers Veterans Organization, the Grand Army of the Republic, or GAR, where she was thrusted into the George B. McClellan Post, No. 9. Sarah Edmonds Seeley died on September 5, 1898, and was buried at Morgan Cemetery near La Porte. At the request of her fellow members of the George B. McClellan GAR Post, she was reburied with full military honors at the GAR plot in Washington Cemetery in Houston on Memorial Day in 1901.
When I give her a kiss in just Keep playing. Me and my baby been falling out. Let me tell you what it's all about. She wants to sell my monkey. She wants to sell my monkey.
Sell my monkey.
She wants to sell my monkey, but that would never do. It used to be hers, but she gave it to me. Why she wants to sell it, I just can't see. She wants to sell my monkey. She wants to sell my monkey.
Sell my monkey.
She wants to sell my monkey, but that would never do. She wants to sell my monkey.
Sell my monkey.
She wants to sell my monkey. I love it.
Sell my monkey.
She wants to sell my monkey.
Sell my monkey.
She wants to sell my monkey.
Sell my monkey.
She wants to sell my monkey, but that would never do. She don't know, but we don't get along. And won't try to do it with me all night long. And she wants to sell my monkey.
Sell my monkey.
She wants to sell my monkey.
Sell my monkey.
She wants to sell my monkey, but that would never do. She wants to sell my monkey.
Sell my monkey.
She wants to sell my monkey.
Sell my monkey.
She wants to sell my monkey.
Sell my monkey.
She wants to sell my monkey.
Sell my monkey.
She wants to sell my monkey, but that would never do. steamroller, baby, gonna roll all over you. Said I'm a steamroller for your love, baby. I like nothing better than a roll all over you. But I can't catch up with this line. Oh, Gandhi, kick me off the stage. I'm not expect from anything, dude. I'll stand here all night. I have no shame, are you kidding me? I'm a blues musician, I have no shame. How about your guitar, man? Some blues.
Yeah.
The accordion confuses me. It doesn't take much, but
Maybe on the town. These are the only two sides.
hello. Yeah.
See, this video.
See, it's amazing. It's a collab night. Got a collab thing going on right here. Well, I'm a steamroller, baby. I'm gonna roll all over you. Yes, I'm a steamroller for your love, baby. I'd like nothing better than to roll all over you. I'm gonna inject your soul with some sweet rock and roll, Lord. Shoot you full of rhythm and blues. Well, I'm a cement mixer, baby, a journey nerd, a burning funk. Said I'm a cement mixer for you, baby, a churning nerd, a burning funk. Goddamn right, y'all. Well, I'm a demolition derby, baby, one hefty hunk of steaming junk. Pale Ale, play some guitar. Got him all handcuffed here. Well, I'm a napalm bomb for you, baby. Stone guaranteed to blow your mind. Said I'm a napalm bomb for you, baby. Stone guaranteed to blow your mind. Say if I can't find your love to take home and call my own, there won't be nothing left behind. Say I'm a steamroller, baby. I'm gonna roll all over you. Yes, I'm a steamroller for your love, baby. I'd like nothing better than to roll all over you. Said I'm gonna inject your soul with some sweet rock and roll, Lord, and shoot you full of rhythm and blues. to blow your mind. Said I'm a napalm bomb for you, baby. Song guaranteed to blow your mind. Gonna do one at a time. Said if I can't have your love to take home and keep my own, there won't be nothing left behind. Oh, broken nine for you. I just don't seem to can lose.